Every beauty has a shadow, and the Golden Gate Bridge's shadow is death. Since 1937, more than 1,800 people have jumped from this bridge. Only less than 2% have survived. It's not just a landmark, it's a magnet, a place where people come to disappear. It's one of the most photographed places on Earth. For nearly a century, the Golden Gate Bridge has stood as a symbol of human triumph. Red steel cutting through California fog, a gate between freedom and forever. But behind its elegant design lies a secret the city doesn't talk about. It's beautiful. It's iconic. When construction began in 1933, America was in the Great Depression. People needed hope, something grand, something impossible. The Golden Gate Bridge became that dream. Designed by Joseph Strauss, it was more than a structure. It was a statement of courage. But even before it opened, tragedy had already touched it. 11 workers fell to their deaths during construction. They say one man looked down from the half-finished bridge and whispered, "It's so high, you'd never feel the impact." When the bridge opened in 1937, newspapers called it a miracle of modern engineering. No one imagined that within months, it would claim its first life. August 7th, 1937, Harold Wobber, a 47-year-old World War I veteran, walked calmly to the rail, climbed over, and vanished into the fog. He was the first, but he would not be the last. In the years that followed, more and more people came. Some wrote letters, some left nothing at all. The bridge became both a wonder of the world and its quietest killer. Every jumper describes the same feeling before they climb over, an eerie calm. The bridge stands 245 feet above the bay. The drop lasts just 4 seconds. At impact, the body hits the water at around 120 kilometers per hour, the equivalent of hitting concrete. Most die instantly. Those who survive the fall often drown or die from internal injuries within minutes. But there are survivors, and their words are haunting. "The moment I let go," one survivor said, "I realized everything could have been fixed, except what I'd just done." That's the paradox of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's not just a place of death, it's a mirror, a place where despair meets clarity, too late to turn back. In the early 2000s, a man named Kevin Briggs began patrolling the bridge. He wasn't a police officer, not really. He was known as the guardian of the Golden Gate. He's talked to more than 500 people standing on that edge. Hundreds of them changed their minds because of him. Briggs once said, "When you're out there, you don't need to say much. You just need to listen." He remembers every face. The woman who cried silently for 40 minutes before stepping back. The teenager who asked, "Can I go home now?" The man who just needed someone to say, "You matter." Every conversation was a battle against time and against the fog. For years, the bridge had no barrier, just a 4-foot rail separating life from death. Because in the 1930s, the designers believed something chilling. A bridge this beautiful, they said, should not be marred by fences. They thought beauty could protect it. They were wrong. There are no official suicide numbers released by the Golden Gate Bridge Authority. They stopped counting publicly decades ago, not because it stopped, but because the numbers became too high. Some estimates say 1 person every 2 weeks. Others claim it's far higher, just not reported. Locals know. They see the patrol cars. They see the ambulance lights vanish into the fog. For years, journalists called it the bridge that keeps taking lives. But that's not quite true. The bridge doesn't take anyone. It just waits. It waits for those who've already decided and offers them an ending as breathtaking as it is brutal. In 2006, a filmmaker named Eric Steele secretly filmed the bridge for an entire year. His documentary, simply titled The Bridge, shocked the world. Using long lens cameras, he captured people jumping in real time, their final moments. The public was horrified. But Steele said his goal wasn't to sensationalize. He wanted people to see what was being ignored. He wanted people to ask, why here? And in that question lies the real darkness of the Golden Gate. Why this bridge? Why not others? Psychologists call it the Werther effect, a phenomenon where publicized suicides inspire imitation. The Golden Gate Bridge, with its cinematic beauty, became the perfect stage. A stage for tragedy, a stage with an audience. Over decades, researchers found patterns. The majority of jumpers come at night, between 9 p.m. and midnight. Most are local, and many had visited before. Some walk halfway, stop, lean on the railing, as if negotiating with themselves. Some even smile before they fall. It's as if the bridge isn't just a place, it's a character. A silent companion, whispering, "You've come this far, just one more step." And there's something about the fog, how it hides you, how it softens the lights of the city. It makes you feel invisible, even in plain sight. Only 36 people are known to have survived the fall. Among them is Kevin Hines. He was 19 when he jumped in 2000. The moment he let go, he says, he regretted it instantly. "I didn't want to die," he said. "I just wanted the pain to stop." He hit the water at 75 miles per hour. His spine shattered, but he lived, saved by a sea lion that kept him afloat until the Coast Guard arrived. Since then, Kevin has dedicated his life to suicide prevention. He returned to the bridge many times, not to jump, but to listen to others who might. His story changed the conversation. It proved that even from 245 feet above the bay, hope can survive the fall. After decades of debate, in 2018, construction finally began on something that many thought would never happen: a safety net. A massive steel barrier stretching the entire span of the bridge, designed to catch anyone who jumps. For years, critics argued against it, claiming it would ruin the view. But as the deaths continued, the city realized beauty means nothing if it's built on bones. In 2023, parts of the net finally opened. The bridge still gleams red in the sunlight, still draws millions of tourists, but now it has a shadow made of steel. A last chance, a second thought, a pause between decision and death. Every tragedy has a question at its core. For the Golden Gate Bridge, the question isn't why people jump, it's why they come here. Because there are taller bridges, more isolated cliffs, quieter places, but people still choose this one. Maybe it's the symbolism, a gate between worlds. Maybe it's the silence of the fog. Or maybe it's because in that moment, standing above the water, they finally feel something pure, a mix of awe and terror, life and death, beauty and despair, all colliding in one heartbeat. The Golden Gate Bridge doesn't just mark the entrance to San Francisco. For some, it marks the exit from everything else. At 3 a.m., the bridge is empty. Just the sound of the wind, the hum of the cables, and the whisper of the bay below. If you walk across it then, you can feel it. A strange heaviness in the air, like memory clinging to the steel. Every beam, every bolt has seen something. A conversation that didn't end. A step that never returned. A goodbye letter carried away by the wind. People think ghosts haunt old houses, but the Golden Gate's ghosts are in the air. They live in the fog, in the wind, in the sound of the waves that never stop crashing. And yet, it's still beautiful. That's the paradox. It's still one of the most breathtaking places on Earth. Because beauty and tragedy, they've always shared the same bridge. The bridge that keeps taking lives isn't evil. It isn't cursed. It's human. Because what draws people there isn't death. It's the hope that maybe, just maybe, someone will stop them before they fall.